The great prophet Moses once asked the Lord a question that many of us wonder about. "Lord, who will be my neighbor in heaven? Who is the soul that has found such favor that they will stand beside me in paradise?" The answer he received was unexpected. The Lord told him, "Go to the marketplace. There is a humble butcher named David. He shall be your companion in the kingdom." Moses was surprised. A butcher? He set out to find this man. Curious to see what great miracles or acts of worship David performed, he found David in a small, dusty shop, busy cutting meat for customers. He looked like any other hard-working man. When the workday ended, Moses watched as David carefully wrapped a choice piece of meat in parchment and began his walk home. Moses followed him, eventually asking if he could stay the night as a traveler. David kindly agreed. When they reached David's small home, David didn't sit down to rest. He immediately went to the kitchen, cooked the meat into a soft stew, and prepared some bread. Moses watched from the doorway as David entered a small back room. There, lying on a bed, was a woman so frail and elderly she could barely move. It was David's mother. With incredible patience and tenderness, David lifted her up. He softened the bread in the stew and fed her, one small bite at a time. He cleaned her face, adjusted her pillows, and made sure she was comfortable. As David finished, the old woman whispered something into his ear. David smiled broadly, kissed her forehead, and tucked her in. When David returned to the main room, Moses asked him, "Who is that woman? And what did she whisper that made you smile so?" David replied, "That is my mother. Every day, after I serve her, she says the same prayer. 'My son, may the Lord be so pleased with your service to me that he grants you a place in heaven, right beside the prophet Moses.'" David laughed softly. "I smile because I am just a simple butcher. I wonder, how could someone like me ever stand beside a great prophet?" Moses felt tears in his eyes. He realized then that it wasn't David's status that opened the gates of heaven. It was the quiet, selfless love he showed his mother. Moses looked at the butcher and said, "My friend, truly, the Lord has heard her prayer."